My name is Emilia. In today's video I will show you how to work with the popular RegEx expression in ZigiOps and how useful it can be for setting different requirements for your integrations. A regex or a regular expression, also called a pattern, specifies a set of strings required for a particular purpose. Regexes are widely supported in programming languages, text processing programs, advanced text editors, and more. There is a specific language or syntax that you need to use in order to form regular expressions. The website regex101.com helps us check all regex patterns. RegEx is a standard and extensively used way to match and extract text or data that we need to transfer. However, the regex language can sometimes be quite complex and not that easy for users with no technical background. This is why in ZigiOps we have predefined the most popular regex patterns, and they are readily available for the end users without the need to know the code or specific language of the regex. We have two uppercase, two lowercase, first end characters, last end characters, replace text. All these are different types of regex expressions available for use in ZigiOps. Of course, if someone wants to define their own custom regex in ZigiOps, this is possible too through the pattern expression. To define a pattern expression, first we need to give it a name, for example, test regex. Then we need to choose a source field which will take the data from, for example, summary. And then we can write different regex patterns. For example, if we have some kind of a log message, we can search to regex the word error, and accordingly we will extract only messages that are related to errors. Regex is also used to match a certain type of structure in the text, for example, an IP address. The IP address always consists of 4 numbers with dots between them. There are also other validations, but for the example, we can use a pattern that matches numbers.numbers.numbers.numbers. We can use all types of regex syntaxes. When we type our pattern, we can use whatever we need for our purpose or use case. For example, .* would search everything. Here is a regex pattern that we often use. It is used to check if a given field matches the syntaxes for an IP address. The vertical bar means OR, and then we get the first word or some type of special character. So the idea of this specific regex is to extract a specific word from a given field. It is used mostly when we want to extract topology and more specifically hosts. The systems usually provide a host name, but this host name could be in different formats. It could be an IP or a short host or an FQDN, which means fully qualified domain name. For example, I can name the pattern short host, get it from the field host name, and with this specific pattern, it will first check if the value of the field is an IP. If it is an IP, it will get the IP. If it is not an IP but a short host, it will get the short host name. And if it is an FQDN, it will again get just the first part, which is the short host name. This way, we will always have the short name. This is done in cases when the target system where we report the data wants explicitly just the short name in a given field. Here are a few examples with our pre-made templates. Dynatrace hosts up topology to OBM topology. Once we load the template, we can see that in this template we have 3 patterns. The first one is for the short host name that we just described. Then we get the full host name from the discovered name field, as we know that it always returns either the IP or the FQDN format. So with this second pattern, we get the long name. Then in the mapping of the integration, where we report the host name, we provide the short host name because according to the OBM best practices, we need to provide either short host name or IP address, but never the whole host name. And then in the primary DNS name field, we need to provide the full name. Dynatrace metrics to OBM metrics. In this example, we have metrics, and we are usually looking for the specific metric name. Dynatrace provides the metrics in a format starting with a specific string, built-in apps.web, name of the metric, names. This is quite complex and we prefer not to use it. For example, here is the full format for a metric called appdex.userType. So we want to remove the things we do not need from the whole string and simplify it. This is why the pattern says, start searching from the beginning, then look for that string, we escape the dots with a slash, this is part of the RegEx syntaxes. Then in the brackets we give the group we want to extract, and then the ending of the whole string. Now we can test how our pattern works. We can copy the pattern and see what it will return. We see that in group 1 it returns appdex.userType, and this is what we are actually looking for. And above we see the whole match. In ZigiOps, RegEx always returns what is in group 1. So if there is a group 1, this is what we will receive. If there is no group 1, we will receive the full match from the RegEx pattern. So if we change the metric with some other metric, it will return group 1 again. If we remove the brackets that are used for grouping, we will get the exact match, the whole string. If we return the grouping, the brackets, it will only show that part which is the name of the specific metric. This is how we search metric names in this string. AppDynamics node metrics to OBM metrics. Here we see again group metrics, but in slightly different type of pattern. Again, we are extracting the metric name with this pattern, and again it is specific for the system. It could be before or after a dot. With these patterns, we extract specific data that we need. After that, we use the extracted data in the mapping of the integrations. Here we can see that all values that are in red are actually taken from RegEx expressions that we have predefined. Once we define them, we can use them in our mapping to make the setup much more convenient and clean. This is quite powerful and can be used for a variety of different purposes. RegEx is one of the most used options in integrations and in ZigiOps integration platform. It works for very simple tasks as well as for more complex data dependencies. There are more advanced applications of RegEx, and if someone is proficient in it, they can use it to find, for example, not just the first time that a given string is met, but the last one or the third one, and so on. If you have a longer text, you can even count how many times a given string is met there. It is very convenient for our clients to use RegEx in different situations. This is why we are providing this opportunity, and we have included the most popular patterns predefined. You can use them with one click. There are lots of opportunities to match and look for data, and then build conditions based on that. Depending on the use case, we can do quite complex data dependencies and matching using the RegEx patterns in ZigiOps. If you want to see how specific RegEx patterns work in your integration use case, you can book a technical demo with our team. You can easily do that through zigiwave.com. Here is how you can do that. Go to zigiwave.com and click on the Book a Demo button in the upper right corner. Enter your company email and then just choose a day and time that are convenient for you for the demo. Then you just need to enter a few quick details so that we can have your contacts and know which systems you would like to integrate for the demo. That's all. We'll be happy to meet you. Thank you for watching, and until next time!